Hello, everyone. I'm super excited today to be participating in the Easter Wishes and Bunny Kisses Challenge. It's hosted by Lisa Marie from Living My Best Life and Indy Annie Jones. I have left the playlist link as well as the link to their channels in the description box below. Okay, everyone, what you're looking at here, DIY number one, is just a sign from the Dollar Tree. I removed the twine handle and I filled it with spackle, sanding it off. Now I'm getting ready to go in with some Rust-Oleum and the linen white, and I'm just going to give it, I'm not going to completely cover it, just give it a light brush with a light coat with a chippy brush here, because I will be going in to distress it. I'm just going over it. I get a little heavy-handed in some places, but that's fine because the antique wax will kind of blend it all together. Now on this specific piece, I lost some of my footage. I've been having a little bit of problems editing videos. I don't know if it's the app that I'm using, which I'm going to be looking into some different things. But at the end, you'll see the finished project. And what we have here is just a happy Easter sign, once again from the Dollar Tree. I'm going in with Arteza in gray. And I'm just going to paint just the bunny part with this color. It's actually called Cobalt Gray. And I'm really sticking to these colors this year. Well, I also like the purples and yellows and things, but I love the way that this bluish gray color is going to go, with the next color that I'm going to be using. To paint the wording on this specific project, I am using Waverly chalk paint in Ballet Slipper. My daughter got this for me at Walmart. I was over the moon. I've seen so many different crafters using this specific paint, and I had to try it. And this is my second project with it, and I just love the coverage. I love the powder pale looking pastel pink, and it goes so good with the gray, the blue gray. Like I said, I'm just going over it and I'm covering all of the letters. And like I said in my last, 3 videos, Easter is next to Christmas, Easter is my favorite time of the year. It is, the celebration of our risen Savior. And I love that. I also love, the colors of Easter, the flowers, and having the grandchildren over just to hunt Easter eggs. It's a happy time of year. Now on the next project, I have these 3D egg pieces that I purchased again from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going in with the Waverly in the Ballet Slipper color, and I'm going to be painting the front and back of all 4 of these pieces. This is a very, very simple project, and you would think, well, that's not really a DIY. It is, because I went in, with some antique wax, which you'll see here in a few minutes, and it took the look of this project to a whole new level. I love it. And I love the little bunny cutouts in these little wooden forms. And here's where I'm going to go in with the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to be going around the sides of all 4 of the little pieces. And as I've said in so many of my projects, the Waverly Antique Wax is my favorite product to use. I just love it. I use it in like almost every single one of my videos. That's fine. I mean, it just gives this a rustic look. It takes it up a whole notch. Takes something simple. You know, it shows you don't have to spend a lot of money to end up with a beautiful project. The Dollar Tree rocks. I love it. And actually, we're getting one in our hometown here. It will be ready to be opened up probably next week. And you know where this girl's going to be. You can see I get a little heavy-handed at times, but that's okay. It all works out. And then you just slip the two pieces together. And the little egg just stands up. It is so cute. And then I'll repeat the process with the last egg. This one gave me a little bit of problems. It just did not want to fit in there properly. But eventually I got it in there. And it's adorable. Okay, for this next DIY, I had lost some of my footage, so I took it apart. And I'm just going to show you general, how I did it. These are just 3 little palettes from the Dollar Tree, and I painted them using the antique wax by Waverly, and I glued them to this palette board that I already had in my stash. I was trying to use up what I already had, and so I'm just going in and I'm going to add some Spanish moss to each one of the palettes. And then I will be going in, I'm going to add some more glue. To each one of them. And then I have these really cute little rabbits that I got at the Dollar Tree. I think they're just adorable, and I'm adding one to each one of the palettes. Okay, now I'm going to be trying to lay it down, and hopefully the bunnies don't fall off. Poor cousin hasn't really had time to set. But what I'm going to be doing now is I'm just going to be going in and I'm going to add just a little hot glue all the way across. And I'm going to be going in with some Spanish moss and just adding a roll of it, across the bottom. And I love the way that this little sign turns out. It's so cute. Like I said, I'm working with what was basically everything that was in my stash. Like on the wood pieces and things, I do reuse them as much as I possibly can. And now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to add these little eggs that also came from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to be placing them all along the bottom on top of the Spanish moss. I'm trying to put I don't know, I do everything in groups of 3s. So I'm going to be putting 3 of them, of the little eggs, underneath each one of the palettes. I mean, this is so stinking cute when it's finished. I love it. And adding my last egg. And there's the finished project. And we're going on to the last and final DIY. What you're looking at here, I have these 3 glass vases that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, yellow, pink, and green. I added Spanish moss in the bottom for a filler. And then I'm just going to go in with a piece of jute twine, and I'm going to wrap it around several times to hold the little vases in place. I mean, I call them vases. Some people call them vases, you know, like tomato, tomato. It's just however you want to say it. I grew up kind of in the South, so to me it's a vase. So I'm just tying a little bow here in the front. I have to trim some of it off first. Just a simple little shoelace bow here. And then I have this really cute little purple bunny that I had in my stash. And I'm just going to glue it to the front. I think it's so cute. It's got a little white cotton towel on the back. And then I'm going to be going in and I'm going to be adding some Dollar Tree florals. I chose to use some lilac and these cute little white flowers. I put one of each in each one of the vases. And this is a simple DIY. But it's very, very cute. And it shows, you know, like I've said before, it doesn't take much to come up with a really nice project for your home and for your decor. Okay, here's the final reveal. Here is the Easter sign. I went in, you can see I distressed it with the antique wax, as well as I added some pit berries around each side. Just to, I think it turned out cute. Here's my little eggs that I did, and I ended up using Waverly Antique Wax on this as well. I think I use it on every project, but it just kind of took it up a notch. And here is the 3 little glass vases that I put together with some jute twine and some little lilac floral picks from the Dollar Tree. And the cute little bunny on the front. And here is the final project with the palette, the white distressed palette wood, as well as the 3 little palettes from the Dollar Tree. I ask if you like my content, you hit the like, subscribe, share, as well as the post notification bell. You all have a blessed day. Thank you for stopping by.